Bus 8 and Rapid 12 to UCLA, and Culver City Bus 3 to West LA College.
Hi, I'm Carmen Argote, and I created the artwork for the 17th SMC Santa Monica College Expo Line Metro Station. I looked at my clothing rack that I had in my own bedroom, and I also was thinking about the arrangements that I've seen with clothing on fences and on the street, and that was one of the inspirations for the artwork. The works that have the clothes kind of pressed together and consolidated, this is the design that was kind of inspired by the closet here in my home space. So this was actually done right here. I had like a 20-foot closet rack because it had to be shot to scale. But photography is, really ephemeral, and it can't survive outside, so the designs were made into a permanent material, and it was enamel over steel. The archways, or the like panels that you pass under, are all the kind of clothes pressed together, and I always imagined like a little kid kind of like running underneath the clothes, or just like passing through like quickly. These that have clothes draped on a bench were shot in a park in Santa Monica. It was just, basically going there, taking bags of clothing, laying the clothing out, and shooting the clothes on site. Treating it like a painting, or, thinking about the compositions in terms of like, okay, like these are my colors and I'm gonna arrange them in such a way as to make the composition be able to flow. So this was like an early composition. One of the inspirations for this work was growing up in my neighborhood of Pico Union and seeing street vendors placing clothes for sale on, maybe they draped them over a fence or a bench. I always wanted to kind of quote these aesthetics of things that had inspired me. For a long time I felt street vending or clothing on a bench, or I felt like these things might have been like looked down upon, and it reframes our surroundings with different perspectives than maybe like the usual ones that might first come to mind. I hope that my art can do that, and that's what the Center for Land Use Interpretation has done for me. I took the Expo Line here from my studio in Lincoln Heights, and we're gonna go over to the Center for Land Use Interpretation.
Thanks so much for coming, Carmen. My name is Aurora Tang, and I'm a program manager here at the Center for Land Use Interpretation. The Center is a nonprofit research and educational organization dedicated to the increase in diffusion of knowledge of how our nation's lands are apportioned, utilized, and perceived. Our current exhibition is called Hollowed Earth, the World of Underground Business Parks. Back there we have our library, and I think actually our director, Matthew Coolidge, is back there right now.
The act of looking is directing attention towards something by pointing, whether it's pointing a camera or a finger, or doing a story in the form of an exhibition about a certain subject. What we do is point stuff out, selecting elements that exist, pre-existing in this landscape, that tell our collective stories. Also, the back spaces of the metro and trains in general always end up in these curiously unscripted parts of the city, the sort of backside, these internal fringes and corridors.
And one of my favorite parts has always been like the sitting and waiting for the thing. It's like the whole thing is framed. There's like the bus bench. I'm like facing one way.
I always like the idea of a viewing bench, that's sort of set up in front of some vista. A place you're meant to kind of soak up and wait and pause and experience, and you listen, because like you say, it's taking you out of your normal time.
Metro has been developing an amazing art program for over 25 years on the rails, and really bringing together artists from diverse communities and putting that artwork up in public space. The commute between West LA and downtown for me has always been a part of growing up in Los Angeles. I went to the magnet program, so it was like I was bused from Pico Union to Santa Monica, back to Pico Union. And it was just like this constant movement, just like the paying attention to the different aesthetics and the interaction between them. With the existence of the rail, the exchange of visual cultures, the more we can do that, and also value the unique aesthetics and the unique look and feel of different communities across the city, that the city as a whole becomes less separated and just more, I don't know, accessible to everybody.
Now arriving 17th Street SMC Station. Connect here with Big Blue Bus 41, 42, and 44 to Santa Monica College.